Okay, now I actually got the mic to work. Bro, I did not look at that before. I was talking on a different stream for no reason. Okay, yeah, we can start now, I think. Oh, it's also in shorts, that's good. Okay. Um, yeah, okay, I'm gonna just go through this again. I mean, I accidentally turned off sound, so I'm gonna do this now. Okay. So, alright, yeah. So this is just gonna be my predictions for the upcoming season. Of course, Eagles and Cowboys are playing today in like an hour. I don't want to miss that game, but I'm probably gonna go through it quicker than I tried it last stream, or like the one I did 5 minutes ago, and I thought I had my mic on. But anyways, this is the predictions, and yeah, it'll start off with the Cowboys and Eagles. I think honestly the Eagles will win, but I hope the Cowboys definitely win. Chiefs against the Chargers. I mean, Chiefs usually win against the Chargers, so I'm gonna just take the Chargers there. Justin Fields' revenge game for not signing him. Um, I'm gonna just take the Jets here. I mean, even last year, Aaron Rodgers didn't win his first game, so yeah, I'm gonna take the Jets here. Dolphins, I think they usually do good the first game because they're pretty explosive and all. And Colts, they're probably still trying to find the rhythm with Daniel Jones and their rookie Tyler Warren and their wide receivers. So like, yeah, I'm gonna just take the Dolphins here. I think that's a safe pick right there. Um, let's see. Okay. Uh, Bengals and Browns. I think that's self-explanatory. Yeah, usually like the Bengals do bad at the start of the season, but I don't see the Browns winning against the Bengals like that. So I'm gonna take the Bengals here. Pats. I mean, Geno's a new quarterback. It could be like the Steelers and Falcons game last year, and I just think the Patriots will win this one, and Drake May will have a new hope and all that. Um, Cam Ward's a rookie. I think is it Broncos will win this one. I think the Ravens will win this one in a revenge game. So that's definitely controversial, but I think they'll win. Um, okay, and then I have the Jaguars winning over the Panthers. This might seem controversial, but I think the Jags usually like start games good sometimes, like especially in the first week, at least the last few years. But I don't know. I just have a feeling that the Jaguars will win this one. Uh, I think the Texans will win this one. Even I think the Rams have degraded a little bit, especially with Matthew Stafford, getting injured or his back, so might not be feeling as good. And they lost Cooper Cup and they did get Devonte Adams, but Stafford's kind of injured, so I'm gonna take the Texans in this one. I think the Cardinals will definitely beat the Saints. I mean, that's self-explanatory. Um, like this one's a controversial one, but I think the Falcons can get it out. Like, cause Michael Penix actually like played pretty good the first few games he played. Right, like the 3 games he played, he did pretty good. So I'm gonna take the Falcons here. Washington's definitely gonna win, especially after that season. So, um, I have the Seahawks and the 49ers splitting. 49ers did get better, but they're still not bad. But Seahawks here are like at home. I expect them to win this one. Now, I definitely want the Detroit Lions to win this one because, of course, what is it like? The Cowboys have their draft picks, Packers. So like, I really want the Lions to win this one, but I'm gonna go with the Packers here. I'm gonna also tell you these predictions were before Micah Parsons trade. So uh, I think the Vikings could win this one. You know, JJ McCarthy and Jettis is pretty quarterback proof. So I think he'll have a new experience, but I think um, ultimately Vikings will win this one. They also got a good defense there. Um, Here I think the Bills will win. You know, 2-0. That makes sense pretty much. Okay. Yeah, see you, Sauce. I see you. Okay. Oh, what's up, Cyclone again? My bad, bruh. You lost your XP or whatever. Sup, Sauce. Um, yeah, I'm just doing my predictions right now, you know, like right before the game, because I just hope when everything's all said and done, I'll have these predictions and I'm gonna be looking at them like, what is wrong with me, or you know, what is right? Oh my god, like I got this, I'm a god, or something like that, you know. So I'm gonna see that. Yeah, for sure, bro. Cyclone. The thing is, I don't have really much time as anymore, but today I'm pretty free, so I just did the live stream. But I think I did post a bunch of clips anyway, so y'all can still use those. But um, yeah, eventually I'll probably get back, but right now, yeah, my camera roll is kind of like not organized as good, so I don't want to download too many videos, or I just have so much work and it just doesn't work out, you know. So of course, eventually I'll probably get back, but yeah, yeah. All right, I'm gonna continue with this. I think I have to finish before 7:20, of course, because the game will start. But yeah, let's do this. I think the Pats will win against the Dolphins. I mean, like last game, I had the Patriots winning or losing. Yeah, I had them winning, but like, there's always that like one team that might be mid or do bad eventually. That starts like 2-0, and I just don't think the Dolphins will have a great year either. So I'm gonna take the Pats here. Uh, this one, you guys will probably hate me for this one, but I'm gonna take the Jaguars. Okay, why do I say that? I just think the color logo and all that, like the Super Bowl, I think the scheme fits Jaguars, and I just think the Bengals will start bad every year anyway. So I'm gonna just keep the Jaguars here. I think usually the Ravens get upset. Like last year, they lost to the Colts. So this year I'm gonna have them lose to the Browns, and they definitely got better, but they're not that good. But there's always some upsets. Like last year, there's so many upsets, and I was like, yeah, this was one-sided. Like there's too many upsets, so I'm gonna take an upset here. I'm gonna take Broncos over Colts. I think the Colts will eventually get it, but I think I'll take the Broncos for now. The Chargers just lost from the Chiefs. They probably had a good game or something, but Gino's still trying to get into that rhythm. I'm gonna give it to the Chargers. All right, Rams over Titans. I mean, he's still a rookie, so I'm gonna take it, but I think Cam Ward will have a good season. Not bad, but not like too good. I think last year, right? They started 2-1, the Jets, with Aaron Rodgers, and they didn't do too bad at the start. I mean, of course they lost the first game, so I gave it to the Jets. But I think Darnold coming from that win, will be a little bit like worse, and it happens a lot to a lot of teams. So I'm gonna just give this one to the Steelers, and I think they will be pretty good with that defense as well. Um, I had the Chiefs here. Chiefs here. This is very controversial, but I'm gonna give it to the Chiefs. Could be a revenge game. I would give it to the Texans. Like last time, it was a blockbuster game, and I'm gonna just give it to the Texans. I don't know why. I'm gonna just trust my gut here. I'm gonna have the Washington Commanders beat Packers here. Uh, I know. I just feel like Jaden Daniels is accurate, and he wasn't too bad against Michael last year. Um, so yeah. Of course, the run stopping is not there for the Packers as much anymore. So with Krosky-Meyer, who's a young running back, I think young running backs are really explosive. So to stop that, it's very hard. There's still Eckler in the receiving game. They don't have corners, or they have middle linebackers, but they don't have corners as much. They have two good wide receivers. I know I'm not talking about the Packers as much like that, but like I just think the Commanders are winning this one. I think Cowboys are winning that one easily. Self-explanatory. Um, yeah, 49ers. Um, yeah, Lions too. Like Bears could win this one, but I'll just take the Lions here. And the Panthers, they just lost to the Jaguars, and I think they're gonna win this one and have some hope now. And then there's also the Falcons vs the Vikings. Vikings. It might have felt like they got a little bit lucky, rookie game for JJ, but I think Michael has been pretty good the last 3 games or the first 3 games he played. So I'm gonna take him right here, or Falcons. All right, week 3. We're back to where we stopped. Um, yeah, I think the Bills will win this one. I think Colts will finally start finding the rhythm, but Titans will go 0-3. And maybe they can make the playoffs. I don't know. Like, there's always those teams that just make the playoffs, but we never count them in. So, like, I'm going to just keep the Colts here. I mean, Tyler Warren, Daniel Jones wasn't bad at one point, so I'm going to just take them here. I think the Steelers could start 2-1, and with that defense, Drake May might have some struggles, but I think the Steelers will win this one. Jags are at home. I think I'm gonna take them over the Texans. Here as well, I think Chargers are at home, so I'm gonna just take them here. I think they'll split anyway. Okay, I'm gonna have the Bengals start 1-3. Bad start again. They still got a win on their hands, but I think JJ McCarthy will come back, and of course Jettis is QB proof and all that. They have a good defense. I already said that, but I think there's just gonna be those roller coasters for some teams like that. Um, and then there's also the Buccaneers against the Jets. I think the Buccaneers cannot start 0-3. That's just weird. So I'm gonna just take the Bucks. Washington over Raiders. I think that can start 4-0. Last year CJ Stroud, he started 5-1, but um, I think they can go 3-0 here to start. Packers will probably win this one easily. I'm not gonna be that unrealistic. Also the Chiefs over the Giants. I mean their schedule is really hard, but I think the Chiefs will win that one. There's also the Lions over the Ravens. They got beat up last year's or last time they played, so I'm gonna just take them here. That's what happened to the Cowboys too. Um, I think the Eagles can beat the Rams here. You know, Rams, they might not be good at the start. They definitely pick up during the season more often. So I'm gonna take the Eagles here. Um, Panthers over Falcons. They're at home. I think they'll split the game. Penix is gonna have a down game at some point, so I'm gonna take that. Seahawks over Saints, and what is it? 49ers over Cardinals. I think that's fine. And then yeah, Cowboys over Bears. That's good too. Week 4, heading into week 4. Um, I have the Titans losing to the Texans. Uh, I could see this series being split, but I'm gonna take the home game. So, uh, and then I also have the Ravens over the Chiefs. You know, like a revenge game from week 1. You know, I think I'll take the Dolphins over the Jets. I think they'll also split maybe, and it's a home game. So, and after all this, 1-3 again, bad start. I think the Bengals will win against the Broncos. Oh, what's up, JMO Prod? I see you. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah. You're welcome. To stay in and tune into this, but yeah. So far, uh, I'm on week 4 right now. So Bengals vs Broncos. Um, so I think I'll have the Bengals beat the Broncos. I mean, even last year they beat them. I mean, they're not gonna start one like they started 1-4 last year, but I don't think they're gonna start like that anymore. Like again, so I'm gonna keep um, Bengals win over Broncos, and it could very well happen. I'm gonna take the Vikings over the Steelers. I think this is where Rodgers starts to downfall. People start like thinking, oh, he's 40, he's not gonna do good, and all that. I think the Panthers. This is very controversial. Panthers or Patriots, but I'm gonna take the Panthers here. I'm gonna take the Giants in an upset. I've definitely seen like Dart, Russell Wilson, apparently not that bad. Jameis was not that bad. Some wide receivers on it. There's Malik Neighbors. Like their defense is not that bad. I'm gonna take the upset here, and very well, Chargers are like this sometimes. Bills over Saints. Um, wait, I need to send something real quick. Okay. Okay. Where were we? I think we were on the. Okay, we were on the Lions and Browns. Okay. Um. Yeah, I think the Lions will win over the Browns. I mean, that's self-explanatory again. Oh wow, we're inching to the game almost. Um. Let me up my brightness a little bit. Okay. Yeah, and then I think eventually the Colts will lose again. You know, get back to their losing streak. Rams will. We're on a losing streak. I think they'll win this one. San Francisco over the Jaguars. I think that's very realistic. Um, Raiders. They started 0-2. I think they'll beat the Bears. That's fair. But it's very controversial. I think Caleb Williams didn't do bad in the preseason, so very well um, the Raiders or the Bears could win, but I think I'm gonna take the Raiders here. Sorry. I'm gonna take the home game here. I think Cardinals lost 2 games, so I'm gonna give them a home game here, and yeah. I'm gonna take the Bucks here. I think this is where like the Eagles start kind of downfalling from here and all that, cause you know super they lost a few pieces and that might not be like too much, but I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep the Bucks to win. Sup, Krish? Yes. I'm gonna keep the Bucks to win this one. They won last year in Week 4, so yeah. Um, you might be surprised about Eagles' record, but I'm gonna take the Bucks here first of all. Commanders, I think will beat the Falcons. I think they can start 4-0, and then eventually, like, it's people want to see Packers win over the Cowboys, but I think Cowboys are at home, and I know the Packers won against them at home last time. But I think because of that playoff game, they'll come back strong, and Cowboys can start 3-1. That's Week 4 done. It could be very well wrong though, because of Michael Parsons. Week 5, I'll have the Ravens beat the Texans. I think that's fine. Colts, I'm gonna take it in an upset. You know, Geno Smith's kind of starting slow now on a new team, but I'm gonna just take the Colts here. Uh, I'm gonna have the Bills beat the Patriots. Sorry, Krish. Uh, lol. But I'm gonna just take the Bills over the Patriots. And yes, Krish, I do have the Bucks over the Eagles. Um, this is very controversial, but like the thing is, I do have the Jaguars, dude, making a run this year. Okay, and it might sound wrong, and you guys might say, "Oh yeah, Travis Hunter's not gonna do all that good," but it's not just about Travis Hunter. I think it's their defense who will do better, and their QB. They weren't too bad last year. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence did lose a few games, but he could very well like do good. Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna just trust my gut here. I'm gonna take the Jaguars. I'm gonna have the Browns in a upset game. They usually do start like pretty okay or good, especially with like a mediocre quarterback. Like even like 2 years ago, they started maybe 5-2 or something. Um, so like I'm only making them go like what 2-3, and I don't think that's bad. Um, Vikings, not that bad. Yeah, Cowboys will make the Super Bowl. I wish. I wish I could prove the Packers wrong too. Um, yeah, and this is also controversial, but I think there's gonna be that one upset game. I'm gonna not be too biased as a Cowboys fan, but I'm gonna take the Jets here. You know, we did win against the Packers, but then eventually, you know, it kind of gets to the point where, um, you know, Cowboys lose like a game like this. So I'm gonna take the Jets here. Justin Fields wins at home. I'm gonna take the Broncos over the Eagles. I think again, this where the Eagles will downfall, as you could see on the record on the right. But yeah, there's like to back it up. There's always that one team in the top 4 that lose or like don't make the playoffs. Like last year's 49ers. The year before that, I think it was like the I forgot what was it? It was like Ravens. Oh yeah, who was in the NFC Championship? I forgot. The year before that, it was the 49ers and Eagles. Yeah, who did? Who didn't make the playoffs that year? Oh yeah, okay. The year before that I meant. I think it was might have pulled up. I just forgot straight up. 2022 NFC Championship game. Was it this one? No, it wasn't this one. It was the 2021. Yeah, so it was the 49ers, and it was the Packers. So, yeah, so something like that I think will happen. Uh, am I wrong? I think I am wrong. Might have not been the Packers. It might. I remember there was like a team like that. There's a team every year. Oh yeah, it was the. Never mind. It wasn't the Lions. I keep forgetting, but like, there's always that team in the top four that does make the playoffs the next year. So I'm gonna choose that to be the Eagles. And not only that, there's the Madden curse, the division curse. No one has had a repeat division winner in the NFC East. So, um, if y'all can search that up and put it in the chat which team it was, then yeah, it would be great because I literally forgot. Y'all are clowning me right now or what? Alright, whatever. Um, yeah, so I'll take the Broncos here. I think they're really good anyway. Um, Panthers, I think will win against the Dolphins. I don't think the Dolphins will be too good this year, and they do have J.C. Horn as a good cornerback, so I'm gonna just take them here. I think the Cardinals will win this one. You know, eventually Kyler Murray has a good game, so I'm gonna take them here. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take the Washington Commanders to lose their first one against the Chargers at home. The Chargers at home, you know, they're on a losing streak. They're probably gonna come out better, and you know, people expect them to be good. I don't personally think Justin Herbert's that good, but they're not a bad team, so I'm gonna take them here. After that, the Bengals here right now, sitting at 1-3, I think, uh, or 1-2, and you know the Lions win against them, and you know bad start again. So worst they are at right now is 1-4, and they usually come back clawing back. Why did I take down the other video? I didn't use a mic, sadly. I was talking for maybe 10 minutes, and then one of my friends told me that my mic wasn't showing, so I checked, and there's no audio. So, okay, anyways. I think Rams will beat the 49ers here, um, home game. I think the Giants will win against the Saints. They have a much better team than Saints, and much better team than last year too. So I'm gonna just take them here. You know, Seahawks. You know, they're on a losing streak. You know, they're at home. They're probably gonna win this one. I think the Broncos will win this one. That's fine. I think Steelers and Browns could split. I think I'll take the Steelers one here. Chargers, you know, they just got back from a good win. I'll take them here. And I'm also take the Raiders here. Cause they're at home and they have Geno Smith, who's starting to like find his way. And what is it? Jaguars are at home. I'll take them. Uh, Los Angeles, I'm gonna take them to upset the Ravens. I think this is the game where like everything starts coming together, and you know, like last season they start pretty bad and they start getting mid and then they start becoming good. Uh, and I think that's how the Rams will go again, and the Rams could very well upset the Ravens. Have the Colts beating the Cardinals. Think Daniel Jones will show something a little bit now, so yeah, I'm gonna just take them here. Uh, okay, I'm gonna gonna try to make this quicker because it's approaching 7:20 and the Eagles game. I don't want to miss that. Um, Patriots, I think, will beat the Saints. Saints are not really that good this year, and I think the Bengals will win this one because I mean they're coming off like two bad losses and all that, and they have won against good teams last year, but that was when they were clawing back. So I think the Bengals will win this one. They'll start trying to win. I think the Lions could win against the Chiefs. That happened like 2 years ago, the first week, so it could happen. You know, they're still a good team. Bills and Falcons. I think the Bills is a good option here. Giants. Yeah, they started doing good and all, but I think they're gonna. Eagles are gonna win this one. Even because their backups aren't that bad, but because they were playing the Bucks and a few good teams, I took them over the Eagles. Um, Basically, I think Jalen Hurts might get injured. Saquon might get injured. I'm not gonna say Jalen Hurts might get injured, but Saquon was definitely like a vital piece to their team, and you know, like I don't want to say Saquon will just get injured, but that's what history has shown. So I think 49ers over Bucks. I think that's good, but Bucks are like, they're not doing good right now, and Baker Mayfield I think uh, is doing good, but their defense might not be. So you know, it just happens. The schedule's hard for them. It looks like for the start, so I'm gonna take the 49ers here. Uh, every time the Cowboys face the Panthers, at least because Bryce Young, it might be because of Micah Parsons, but I don't care. Okay, we still have Deron Bland and all that. I'm gonna take the Cowboys over the Panthers. That's I think that's fair. And now I'm gonna take the upset over the Commanders. Commanders, their team that could have a sophomore slump and all that. Like, I think the Bears could win. From last season, they wanted revenge, and Jaden Daniels has lost a few straight games in a row last year, so I'm gonna take Bears here. I think Bengals will start rolling. I'm gonna take the Bengals here. I think Titans will finally get their first or second win against the Patriots. The Patriots are good, but I think they'll have an up and down road season because Drake May is still learning. Um, I have the Raiders over the Chiefs. Now, it's like I think there's gonna be that one game for the Chiefs. Like I might have said those for the Chiefs already, but even Burgess, he also had some games like these, and he chose them over them. Like I just think the Raiders might upset this week, because Geno Smith will start being on kind of a roll, and they still have Genty and all that. So, of course, I think the Chiefs will be good and all, but I think they're gonna have a little bit of a down year. Uh, Dolphins vs Browns. I'm gonna take the Browns here. I don't think the Dolphins will be good, but I think especially with Flacco on the team, they might be able to squeeze a win out, or even like they have Dylan Gabriel and Shadir Sanders. If they're starting to show something, then this could be a potential win. Then I'm gonna take the Chargers in this one. That's easy. Jaguars over the Rams. I'm gonna tell you this again. I think the Jaguars will do good. I'm gonna take the Panthers over the Jets. I think that's good. Broncos over Giants. I don't think they're gonna win too many games, but after those two wins and all, like this happened last year, I think we can see Broncos winning it anyway. Uh, um, Okay. I'm gonna take the Seahawks in this one. I think JSN is good again. Uh, there's a this is one of the teams I have up and down. Uh, but essentially, I think the Texans might be kind of like downfall too. Uh, yeah, I don't think they'll have too good of a season, but they have might have a mid season, and the Seahawks here at home, so I'm gonna take them. Um, yeah, I think again, Eagles having their downfall now. And I'm gonna take the Vikings to win this one. I think the Bears are good to go against them. I don't want the Packers to win this one, but I'm gonna take them over the Cardinals. That's fair. The Cowboys here, they won the first one last time. I think they're gonna win the first one this time, especially because they're at home with a healthy Dak Prescott, hopefully. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Falcons to upset the 49ers. We saw this last year, and they have two good wide receivers, and like Kyle Pitts is starting to look maybe somewhat decent or good, and you know 49ers did lose a lot of defense, so yeah. Well, Trey, I do have them going. I know you're Eagles fan, but like I think it's better to have some predictions that are wild as hell, because like nothing's ever the same every year, and my predictions might be like too wild, but I'm gonna keep them how they are, just to see how things might turn out and all. So uh, I'm gonna just see if these predictions are right, and if they're not, I can understand that. I'm gonna take the Bucks over the Lions. They probably start like really bad. They did beat the Lions last year, so I'm gonna take them. Bengals still on that roll. I'm gonna take them. Patriots over the Browns. I think that's good. Colts are at home. I'm taking them. Vikings over the Chargers. I think J.J. McCarthy and Jettis will start doing good. Um, Texans or the 49ers. That's a controversial one, but I think again their defense kind of got a little bit worse, and they still have a good wide receiver in Nico Collins and all. I'm gonna take the Texans. I think Bills over Panthers is really good, and I'm gonna take the Dolphins to upset the Falcons, or like from this point on, or like most people might have the Dolphins winning from here, but uh, like because I don't have them doing as good, I'm gonna take the upset over the Falcons. I'm gonna take the Bears to upset the Ravens. There has been games like that, even like so. There's been Colts, Browns last year. There's been games like that. I think even the Steelers did. So I think Cowboys are not gonna win like every game like that. So of course the Broncos will probably win. The Steelers, they'll probably have an up and down season. I'm gonna take the Packers. Chiefs, that's good. Over the Commanders, they're having a losing streak or whatever. Uh, Giants, I just think like good or okay teams like this, like even if they had Tanner McKee or like a bad running back, I think because they also lost their defense, they might do bad. But I think even beating the Giants, like Eagles can do easily. Saints, they're at home. I'm gonna take the upset. Uh, yeah, I don't know how. I think like I have the Bucks going 2-6 at this point. So yeah. Um, Ravens over Dolphins. That's good. Broncos over Texans. I think that's good. Chargers over Titans. That's good. Steelers over Colts. Again, up and down seasons for both teams. And I just have the Jaguars doing good again. I don't know why. I just do. Uh, Over the Raiders, and I can envision that the Jaguars will do good. I think Bills usually beat the Chiefs in the regular season. Bengals will probably beat the Bears. They're probably gonna be on a 4 game winning streak, just like last season, but in the middle. Um, I have the Patriots winning this one against the Falcons. They just lost 1 or 2 games, so the Falcons will start to have a losing streak, but I think they're gonna bounce back eventually. Um, Panthers over Packers. Now see, like, I think the Panthers will start getting better at that point, and they could beat the Packers, even though like Packers might not be like even though Packers are like a Super Bowl contender. We've seen them like beat the Packers 33 to or like lose to the Packers 30-33. They were really close in Bryce Young's rookie season. Now that Bryce Young's better, even if the Packers are better now, I just think the Panthers are gonna win this one, and there's gonna be upsets like this. I know that. Lions over Vikings. Yeah, for sure, Trey. Um, okay, anyways, Lions. I think home game against Vikings, they can win that one. So yeah, I think 49ers over Giants. That's good. Uh, Rams over Saints. That's self-explanatory. Commanders over Seahawks. They're probably gonna come back and win that one after some like losing games. Uh, Usually Kyler Murray wins here, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys, and I'm gonna take the upset basically, uh, because they got some good additions on offense now, and that's probably the like issue when playing the Cardinals. So I think they'll finally do good this year against the Cardinals and beat them at home too. I think the Raiders will split with the Broncos. I did take the Broncos at the start, I think. Uh, I think the Texans will finally win this one. Jets, I think yeah, that's fine. Uh, but Bills are probably gonna have that off game because I think the Dolphins could split. It's not like their team is too bad, but especially with their competition and all, I think the Dolphins will lose a lot of games. But I'm gonna take them here. Steelers, they could upset a lot of people. Like Justin Herbert's not really good against good defenses, so I'm gonna take Steelers here. I'm gonna take the Falcons over the Colts. I think that's good, especially in Germany. That's pretty. I think the Falcons could win there too. Um, Ravens over Vikings. That's good. I think Bucks over the Pats. Yeah, especially because now they're 2-6. They're not really are better than that. Um, yeah, and then the Pats. The Pats are up and down team. They're mid at best right now. I think the Giants can win against the Bears. Um, Even though Ben Johnson's team looks pretty good, his offense kind of slacks at times, and the Giants' defense could get them. And this is very hypothetical. Okay, people could like the there's gonna be so many wrong predictions in this one, but I know these type of games happen sometimes, so I'm gonna take it. Um, Panthers over Saints, that's good, especially at home game. Home game, home game. Uh, Washington over the Lions, that happened in the playoffs. I think I'll take the Commanders again. That was actually really good. And then Giants over, yeah, Packers over Eagles. I mean, again, I have a downfall, and Packers are a Super Bowl contender. I don't want to admit that, but yeah. Patriots over Jets. That's good. I think Cam World will upset C.J. Stroud. It's a home game. Uh, there's gonna be a game like this too. Steelers might actually win against the Bengals. I think they'll split. I think Chargers over Jaguars are gonna start to have a losing streak, but it's all good. Um, I think Broncos will actually split against the Chiefs. A lot of people have the Broncos winning the division, so I think splitting with the Chiefs is good. I think Ravens, they got upset last time, so this one's good. Uh, Commanders over Dolphins any day. And I think this is gonna be um, Baker Mayfield's last loss here, because really they're 3-7 at this point, and that's, you know, not good. Um, I'm gonna take the Raiders here. I mean, there's gonna be upsets for the Cowboys like always, and Geno Smith might be on a roll. We don't know. I'm gonna take the Vikings home game, the Falcons home game. I mean, the Giants will definitely lose against the Packers again. Um, Rams are a home game. Cardinals are a home game. Like, even though the 49ers are probably better, I think Kyler Murray won't do that bad, and Marv will definitely get better. So I'm gonna take the Cardinals here. I think Lions will win here too. I have the Bills. That's good. Chiefs, Bengals. I think those are self-explanatory. Um, Even Ravens and Raiders, they could all win easily. Bears, I think off that uh, the loss of the Cowboys and the loss of the Vikings, I think they can win against the Steelers. Even, and they have an explosive offense, but sometimes it's just very sloppy, as you saw in the preseason. They were sloppy like at the start even. Uh, yeah. I think the Seahawks will beat the Titans. Uh, Jaguars still on the losing streak. Cardinals will win, especially off that Cowboys loss, or yeah, or whatever. Um, and off that win. Um, Vikings, I think, will beat the Packers. They did that last year, but yeah. I think the Lions, of course, they'll win. Cowboys at home, they're gonna win that. And then Falcons, I mean, it's the Saints. I think they'll lose. And this is where I think the Bucks will start their winning streak. I think they'll win against the Rams, and I think the 49ers will definitely win that. I'm gonna start speeding up a bit. Uh, so I think the Ravens will win. Jaguars will win over the Titans, of course. This home game, so I took it. It's also a home game, so I took it. And this is the Bills over the Steelers. I think that's good too. I personally don't think the Cowboys are gonna be winning this one, so I'm gonna take the Chiefs. I took this upset. There's gonna be an upset every week for sure. Took the home game here. Justin Fields is not bad. I took San Francisco 49ers. I took Broncos over Commanders, which could very well happen. And I just took the Pats over the Giants. And then I took the split game because I had the. Oh shoot! It's not a split game. Actually, I think the Packers will sweep. I think the Packers will sweep the Lions. I think that's good, especially because they have Micah Parsons. Uh, might be surprised, but I think the Lions might have a down year for sure. Um, Eagles, I think will lose to the Bears. Of course, I had them on a down year, so uh, Bucks. I think, of course, they're continuing their winning streak. The Rams over Panthers. Panthers, I think they're gonna start to be good from here on, though. And then Seahawks are at home. I think Tua's gonna have a few wins here and there, and one of them's gonna be against the Jets. So, and then I also have the Ravens because they're at home, and yeah, uh, they're also at home. Cam Ward's gonna have a good game against the Browns. You know, they might start Dylan Gabriel or Shadur at this point, or maybe they already started him. But I think either way, I think Cam Ward's gonna have a win at some point here. I think Raiders are at home and they're gonna win this one. Bills, I think they will beat Bengals. Usually it's the other way around, but I'm gonna take Bills here. I'm gonna take the Chiefs, the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Cowboys to beat the Lions. Of course, the BTA probably hurt them, but again, I just think Lions might have a down year. Maybe, just maybe their roster might not be healthy again, and especially with those losses of the coordinators and all, some players, I think they'll have a split game. I think split, yeah. Bears and Packers. Commanders over Vikings. That's good. Vikings over Seahawks. Uh, yeah. Bucks home game. Cardinals are at home too. So I think Chiefs will sweep. Usually they sweep and beat the Chargers every time. So yeah, I'm gonna take the Bengals. Have beat them in the home game. They probably split. I don't know what I put, but I think they probably split in this one. Um, I think the Bills will definitely beat the Pats. That's fair. Uh, Jags over Jets again. I think Jags will be good, and they're starting to get back to rhythm. Uh, I don't. I think the with the defense of the Steelers, they'll probably win that one. Cardinals over Texans. That's good. Bears over Browns. Raiders over Eagles. Again, I have them downfalling. And 49ers over Titans. It's probably an easy game for them. And I have the Packers over the Broncos. And also Seahawks at home game. Again, the winning streak. Buccaneers could go. Uh, and then, yeah, I have the Commanders over the Giants. I don't think the Giants will win against good teams like that. And I have the Rams upsetting the Lions, or either they might have like um, feel the loss of a coordinator or something like that. Uh, Panthers will win against the Saints, and I think the Vikings will upset the Cowboys. I think the Chiefs could easily win against the Titans. Ravens are at home, so they're definitely winning at that point too. Bills will probably beat the Browns. And this is the upset here. I'm gonna take the Jags again. I think the Jags will be very good. Yeah. Have the Raiders beating the Texans, and I have the Dolphins losing to the winning to the Bengals. Bengals probably will have this game eventually. I think the Dolphins will just have a good game like this, especially because they're at home too. Um, yeah, I think usually the Cowboys win against the Chargers. Saints, I think they'll upset the Jets. This where maybe Justin Fields is getting questioned and all. I think Lions are gonna have a downfall. I might have them losing like I think 4 straight games at this point, but I think they're going 8-9, and that's not because they're bad or anything. I just think it might happen, like a Ravens type of season. Uh, yeah, and I have the Steelers winning this one, and I could well be wrong. They can go to Super Bowl. I just have the Lions missing the playoffs because I want something different. There's always something different in the season, and there might be too much difference in this prediction, but I'm gonna just take that because there's going to be some good predictions and some very bad predictions, especially with how mine is playing out right now. 49ers over Colts, that's fine. Home game. Packers over Bears, I think that's fair. Commanders are at home, and especially because I think Eagles will not do as good. Um, and then the Panthers will win in this one. It's a home game, so they're gonna win. And then they also have the Vikings over the Giants. I think that's good. And then I have the home game. Oh damn, 10 minutes from the game. And then we have Chiefs over the Broncos. They're home. This also home. And then I have the Jaguars over the Colts. I think that's fair. Uh, Patriots over the Jets. I think that's also fair. I think they'll sweep them. I think Browns will win a home game against the Steelers. Uh, and they might be eliminated. We don't know yet. Uh, but the Steelers eventually do collapse, but they are going to have a winning record as shown here. Giants, I think, will have an upset game against the Raiders. You know, this might demolish their playoff hopes, but you know they could win this one. I have the Ravens over the Packers. I think they could destroy them. It could be close. I think the Bengals will win one to get ahead of the Steelers. Uh, Saints could probably uh, upset the Titans. I have the Bucks over the Dolphins because they're trying to push for a playoff spot now, and now they have the Bills over the Eagles. That's good. Commanders over Cowboys. I have that because they're home game. Um, and then I have the home game again, and yeah, I do have the Lions losing 5 straight in a row, even 6 next game. I have the Panthers winning again. They're making a division winner push. And I also have the 49ers over the Bears. I think that's fair. The Falcons are now also pushing for that. So then eventually we end off the regular season with some division games. I think the Chiefs eventually will beat the Raiders. They're trying to, you know, get back in the playoffs, but Chiefs are too good for them. Broncos, I think this decides the seed, or if Broncos make the playoffs. But I think the Broncos are good enough to beat the Chargers, of course. I think Broncos are better, but in this case, I have the Chargers going 5 seed. I have the Colts being the Texans, and here I have them 5-12. And the reason I have them 5-12 is, um, you know, like I think CJ Stroud will have a down year, and they just don't have as much wide receiver depth. Um, like it might be very unrealistic, but I think it might happen, especially with I think the Jaguars are gonna be good this year. Um, so this type of stuff sometimes just happens. So I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm gonna have the Bengals win. They eventually clinch their playoff spot. I think Jets can win over they're probably gonna rest their starters, Buffalo Bills. So I'm gonna just give them to the Jets. I think the Pats will win their home game. They might be going for a playoff push, and then they just, or they might have game planned before. They probably started Drake May still and all that. I think Patriots will still win this one regardless. Here, the Ravens can't really do much, honestly. The Jags have already clinched their spot and all that. I'm also thinking the Jags are gonna rest their starters, so I might just give it to these two teams right here, because they probably rested their starters by then. I have the Rams over the Cardinals. That's a home game. I don't think they eventually make the playoffs, but it's a good push maybe. Uh, I have the Seahawks over the 49ers, and this makes them fall to seed 2. And Seahawks make playoffs. I think I have the Packers over the Vikings. They lose their last game, but they still clinch their playoff spot, or their home game. So they probably rested their starters. Um, I think the Bears will win. and the Lions will lose their sixth straight game. It's just these type of seasons happen for some teams. So even though the playoff picture for the whole NFC is kind of changed, I think it could happen. At least some of these teams. Um, and the Bears, I think they're at home, so they're gonna do good. Falcons or the Saints, it's a home game. Cowboys or the Giants, for sure. And they clinch that 5 seed or whatever it is. And they have the Eagles. I have the Eagles over the Commanders. At that point, they already clinched their spot. And yeah, the Eagles just win their last one. And then the Bucks over the Panthers, and both of them already clinched, or like Bucks are trying to clinch it by Seahawks losing or Packers losing or Cowboys losing, but they eventually don't make it. I have the Panthers winning division, and this is very unrealistic, I know, but there has to be some chaos involved, I think. In this one, I definitely have the Chiefs winning. I think that's fair. I have the Ravens winning in this one. Uh, I think the Jaguars. I initially actually had Cowboys 6 seed. My bad. Yeah, them 6 seed. I don't know what happened. I don't think that's the right one. Maybe. Let me check. I'ma just. I think I went through like most of it, so I'ma just show you like my playoff picture. Hold up. Okay. Real quick, I'm gonna pull up the playoff predictions. Playoff predictors. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Alright, let me search your playoff predictors real quick. Okay, got it. So I actually have the Texans 6-11. I have the Broncos 10-7. The Chargers 11-6. Yeah, I think that was the unupdated version. But I have the Cowboys 9-8. Essentially. Um, I have the Cardinals actually making the playoffs. My bad to that too. I do not have the Seahawks making it. I'll just show you my side. Hold on, let me add the window capture. Game's about to start, man. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see this. Hold on, let me add something. Okay, display capture. I think that's the one. Okay. Alright. I think hopefully y'all can see that. Okay. Okay. So yeah, some of these predictions were wrong. So these are my actual standings. The Patriots going 7-10, Jets going 8-9. This is my official one. I went to the wrong one, so I have these are my actual ones. Lions 8-9, Bears 7-10. I actually have the Packers going 6-11. I think they're Super Bowl contenders, and I did keep them at 9-8. But I just think, their team. This was before the Michael Parsons trade, so very well that could be right. But yeah, their team did get better. I don't know why I put 6-11, but their schedule does look kind of tough, as you see. I did give some wins to the Bears. I think they could split the Ravens, the Broncos, the Eagles, which are not bad. The Bengals, the Cowboys, the Steelers, the Cardinals. They're home. Commanders. So I think it's just a hard schedule. A lot of the predictions I just said were pretty much wrong. So these are my playoff predictions. Actually, I have the Chiefs over the Chargers. They literally own them. I have the Ravens over the Bengals. I have the Jaguars over the Broncos. I have the Vikings over the Bucks. So I do have the Bucks making it at 5 seed. My bad. And I have the 6 seed Cowboys over the Panthers. I really think the Cowboys are better than the Panthers. Even though I have them at a better seed, I think usually they beat the Panthers. And I think that's self-explanatory. Let me go to the next. So I have the Jaguars winning over the Ravens, and that might look so wrong, but from now, but even if they go 3-14, I'm just gonna keep this. Yeah, they might go 3-14, but I have the Jaguars winning over the Ravens, and I have the Bills winning over the Chiefs right here. Or actually, I'll take the Chiefs right here. My bad. And then I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings over the Commanders, and I'm taking the 49ers over the Cowboys, which again, another playoff disappointing year and all. Now this might be controversial, guys. This might be controversial. Clip this right now. I know no one's in the chat, but clip this right now if you're seeing it. Do not question this. Okay? I want you to go to the Super Bowl logo. Okay? And look who's at the bottom. Okay? History shows us that the color that's at the bottom wins the Super Bowl. So, to that, y'all, I'm going to end the stream immediately after I do this. Okay? 3, 2,